Have you ever wondered what it takes for an actor to become a true Hollywood icon? Someone whose face and name can instantly conjure up entire genres, eras, or unforgettable cinematic moments? Mel Gibson is undoubtedly one of those rare talents. He's been at the forefront of some of the most famous action movies of all time, directed deeply human war epics, and even immersed himself in experimental non-English language filmmaking. In today's video, we're counting down the top 10 best Mel Gibson movies. These are the films that showcase his talent both in front of and behind the camera and have come to define his remarkable career. Let's start our countdown with The Bounty, 1984. Picture this: Mel Gibson at the height of his youthful charm, starring alongside the legendary Anthony Hopkins. The film revisits the famed tale of the mutiny on the HMS Bounty, with Gibson playing Fletcher Christian and Hopkins portraying Captain Bligh. Ever been captivated by stories of high-seas adventure, loyalty, and betrayal? The Bounty offers exactly that. What sets this version apart from earlier adaptations is its nuanced approach to the conflict. It doesn't simply place all blame on the notoriously harsh captain or an impulsive crew. Rather, it explores the moral gray areas and personal tensions that lead to chaos on the open waters. Gibson's portrayal of Fletcher Christian highlights his growing disillusionment with authority, portraying him as both idealistic and flawed. Filming mostly took place in French Polynesia, giving the movie a lush and authentic maritime atmosphere, one that immerses you in the sweat, sun, and salt of an 18th-century voyage gone off course. Although it wasn't as commercially explosive as some of Gibson's later efforts, The Bounty is well regarded by fans who appreciate its dignified take on a legendary historical incident. Many were amazed to discover the on-screen chemistry between the younger Gibson and the formidable Hopkins, each challenging the other in a battle of wills. If you love historical adventures with a touch of moral complexity, The Bounty is a gem worth seeking out. Coming in at number 9 is The Year of Living Dangerously, 1982, a politically charged romantic drama directed by Peter Weir. Did you know that this was one of Gibson's early forays into more serious and nuanced storytelling, well before he became synonymous with action-packed blockbusters? The film is set in Indonesia during a turbulent political era where Gibson plays Guy Hamilton, an Australian journalist trying to navigate the dangers of revolutionary unrest. Alongside him, Sigourney Weaver shines as Jill Bryant, a British embassy officer who becomes both ally and love interest. But one of the most striking performances actually comes from Linda Hunt, who won an Oscar for playing a male photographer, Billy Kwan. The film's title itself is a reference to living on the edge, both emotionally and physically. Many fans were pleasantly surprised by Gibson's depth in this role, especially if they were used to seeing him as an action star. The Year of Living Dangerously showcases his ability to convey vulnerability and moral conflict amid personal and political strife. The exotic location, the strong ensemble cast, and the film's exploration of journalistic integrity versus personal entanglements make it a thoughtful piece of cinema. If you're ever in the mood for a more understated, tension-filled drama that proves Gibson's versatility, put this one on your list. Next up, at number 8, is Ransom, 1996, a high-stakes thriller directed by Ron Howard. In this movie, Gibson plays Tom Mullen, a wealthy airline mogul whose son is kidnapped by a group of criminals led by Gary Sinise's character. Have you ever asked yourself how far you'd go to save a loved one? That question lies at the heart of Ransom, as Tom Mullen struggles against not only the kidnappers, but also the moral pitfalls of negotiating with them. The tension is palpable from start to finish, with intense scenes that keep you guessing how, or if, the family will be reunited. Critics praised Gibson for his raw, emotional performance, particularly in scenes where he grapples with the idea of turning the ransom against the kidnappers by making it a bounty on their heads. It was a role that demanded the portrayal of both a protective father and a cunning businessman, and Gibson delivered on both counts. Ransom also marked a significant box office success, proving Gibson's ability to carry a suspense film outside of the comedic buddy cop or historical action realms. If you're looking for a thriller that balances heartbreak, strategy, and a fair share of twists, Ransom might become one of your new favorites. Sliding into number 7 is Hacksaw Ridge, 2016, a film that marked Mel Gibson's powerful return to directing. Although he doesn't star in it, his artistic vision and cinematic style are unmistakable. The movie tells the true story of Desmond Doss, played by Andrew Garfield, a Wubby-Watu medic who refuses to carry a weapon due to his religious beliefs, yet ends up saving countless lives in the Battle of Okinawa. Ever wanted to see a war film that focuses more on the heroism of saving lives than on taking them? Hacksaw Ridge delivers just that. Gibson's direction expertly balances brutal war sequences with deeply emotional storytelling, showing the human toll of conflict and the moral conviction of someone who stands by his principles. The film earned several Oscar nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director for Gibson, effectively resurrecting his standing in Hollywood after a period of personal controversy. Many fans were amazed to discover how thoroughly Gibson's directorial style had evolved since Braveheart, retaining the raw intensity of battlefield action, but placing even greater emphasis on the inner courage of the protagonist. The authenticity and emotional core of Hacksaw Ridge make it a modern war classic, reminding viewers that true heroism can manifest in unexpected ways, even without firing a single shot. At number 6, we have the entire Mad Max franchise, culminating in Mad Max Fury Road, 2015. Now, you might be thinking, but wasn't Tom Hardy the star of Fury Road? Indeed, Hardy took on the iconic role in that blockbuster installment. However, Mel Gibson will forever be associated with the saga, given his groundbreaking portrayal of Max Rokitansky in the original trilogy, Mad Max, 1979, The Road Warrior, 1981, and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, 1985. These movies revolutionized post-apocalyptic storytelling with their gritty Australian outback settings, adrenaline-fueled car chases, and a world so distinctly ravaged that viewers couldn't look away. Gibson's early take on Max was unforgettable, a reluctant anti-hero grappling with a lawless wasteland. The franchise's success not only launched Gibson's career to international heights, but also influenced countless sci-fi and action films that followed. When Mad Max Fury Road arrived decades later, it showed the same relentless spirit and jaw-dropping set pieces, proving the brand's staying power. Many fans still associate the rugged anti-hero persona with Gibson, who set the tone for future portrayals. Have you ever gone back and watched the original Mad Max to see just how raw and innovative it was for its time? If not, consider this your invitation to witness the birth of a cinematic legend. Taking the 5th spot is Signs, 2002, a supernatural thriller directed by M. Night Shyamalan. If you've ever wondered how an actor like Mel Gibson would fare in a more subdued, eerie setting, stepping away from battlefield heroics and gun-toting law enforcement, Signs is your answer. Gibson plays Graham Hess, a former priest grappling with the loss of faith after his wife's tragic death. He lives on a quiet farm with his 2 children, played by Rory Culkin and Abigail Breslin, and his younger brother Merrill, Joaquin Phoenix, until mysterious crop circles begin appearing on their land. Is it a hoax, or is something far more unsettling afoot? The beauty of Signs is in how it weaves its science fiction elements with human vulnerability. Gibson expertly portrays a man wrestling with grief, bitterness, and the desperation to protect his family from a threat that might literally be out of this world. The film builds tension primarily through atmosphere and character reactions rather than flashy special effects, offering a more intimate look at an alien invasion scenario. Critics praised Gibson for his emotional authenticity, especially in pivotal scenes where he confronts both his doubt and fear. Signs was a box office hit, signaling that Gibson's star power was alive and well in quieter, more introspective roles. If you're in the mood for a slow-burn thriller that balances suspense, family drama, and a search for renewed faith, Signs fits the bill. At number 4 is Apocalypto, 2006, another film that Gibson directed rather than starred in. If you've ever been intrigued by ancient civilizations, gripping chases through dense jungles, and a story told almost entirely in an indigenous language, then Apocalypto should jump straight to the top of your watch list. The film is set in the twilight of the Mayan Empire, following the journey of Jaguar Paw, a young man who's captured and taken to the heart of a once prosperous city marked by looming doom. Gibson's direction is relentless and visceral, plunging viewers into a world of ritual sacrifice, brutal warfare, and intense survival. Many fans were amazed to discover how Gibson managed to craft a riveting tale without relying on modern languages or big-name actors. The film's use of the Yucatec Maya language adds both authenticity and immersion, while the cinematography captures the lush yet dangerous landscapes of Mesoamerica. It's a testament to Gibson's commitment to raw, unfiltered storytelling that the movie remains so watchable even when it delves into shocking territory. Apocalypto was also praised for its frenetic pacing, especially in its final act, a heart-stopping chase sequence that feels like a primordial action thriller. Whether you find it controversial or mesmerizing, there's no denying that Apocalypto left an indelible mark on early 2000s cinema, showcasing Gibson's ability to push boundaries both culturally and artistically. Now, let's rev up the energy with number 3, Lethal Weapon, 1987, the movie that kicked off one of Hollywood's most iconic buddy cop franchises. Ever marveled at how certain on-screen duos become instant pop culture references? That's precisely what happened when Mel Gibson's Martin Riggs teamed up with Danny Glover's Roger Murtaugh. The film is known for its perfect blend of high-octane action, comedic banter, and heartfelt character moments. Gibson portrays Riggs as a volatile LAPD detective grappling with grief and suicidal tendencies, a role that allowed him to showcase both comedic timing and dramatic weight. In fact, it was a significant departure from typical action heroes of the time. Riggs isn't simply tough, he's psychologically scarred, and the film gives him space to work through those issues. Critics and audiences immediately responded to the chemistry between Gibson and Glover, which anchored subsequent sequels and helped define the entire buddy cop genre for years to come. Did you know that Lethal Weapon also catapulted screenwriter Shane Black into Hollywood fame, influencing countless action comedy scripts afterward? Its quippy dialogue, explosive stunts, and the poignant portrayal of broken men finding camaraderie form the backbone of an enduring franchise. If you haven't revisited Lethal Weapon in a while, now might be the perfect time to see where it all began. At number 2, we have The Patriot, 2000, a sweeping tale set during the American Revolution. Mel Gibson plays Benjamin Martin, a South Carolinian farmer and war veteran who's initially reluctant to join the fight against the British. Have you ever been fascinated by stories of everyday individuals thrown into the vortex of monumental historical events? The Patriot leverages that premise to full effect, showing Martin transformed by a personal tragedy and driven into action. Directed by Roland Emmerich, known for his blockbuster flair, the film balances large-scale battle scenes with intimate family drama. Gibson's performance resonates with both paternal warmth and fierce resolve, particularly when Martin organizes a militia to harass British forces. The movie also features Heath Ledger in a memorable supporting role as Martin's eager, idealistic son. While The Patriot takes some liberties with historical accuracy, it successfully captures the mood of a young nation struggling for independence. Gibson's star power and emotive acting helped turn it into a box office triumph, as viewers found themselves engrossed in the story's blend of epic battles, personal sacrifice, and heartfelt relationships. Critics often noted how Gibson excelled at portraying characters torn between love for family and the brutal necessity of war. If rousing period dramas about national identity are your cup of tea, The Patriot delivers spectacle and heart in equal measure. Finally, at number 1 is Braveheart, 1995, the film that solidified Mel Gibson's status as an epic filmmaker and iconic leading man. Portraying William Wallace, a 13th-century Scottish freedom fighter, Gibson also took on directing duties, proving his skill behind the camera. Do you ever hear the word freedom and instantly think of that legendary battle speech? That's thanks to Braveheart. The film follows Wallace's quest to unify the Scots against English oppression, blending romance, betrayal, and large-scale warfare into a sprawling narrative. Despite controversy over its historical accuracy, Braveheart captured audiences worldwide with its emotional core and rousing set pieces, earning 5 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. Few cinematic experiences match the raw energy of its battle scenes, muddy, bloody, and painfully realistic. Yet, at its heart, the movie remains a story about perseverance, love, and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of tyranny. The sweeping Scottish landscapes, the stirring soundtrack, and Gibson's impassioned performance turned Braveheart into an instant classic. For many, this is the ultimate Mel Gibson film, combining his magnetism as an actor and his bold vision as a storyteller. If you haven't watched Braveheart, or it's been a while since your last viewing, it's worth revisiting. It's the kind of film that reminds us why epic historical dramas can resonate across generations. These top 10 films underscore Mel Gibson's ability to captivate audiences with both physical bravado and emotional range, to deliver heart-pounding action as well as reflective, character-driven drama. He is, in many ways, a filmmaker unafraid to push boundaries or provoke discussion, weaving stories that linger in your memory long after the credits roll. And though his journey in Hollywood has seen its share of ups and downs, his cinematic contributions remain essential viewing for film fans who appreciate a combination of craftsmanship and passion. If you enjoyed this countdown of Mel Gibson's top 10 best movies, be sure to smash that like button. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which Gibson film resonates with you the most, and is there a hidden gem we might have overlooked? Share your opinions, and let's keep the discussion going. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our future movie countdowns and in-depth film discussions. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for more exciting explorations into the world of cinema.